I mean, that's a lot of time you've done. And people with status, it could go two ways. They've got the respect, they fit in, you know, and beefs don't arise because of that respect. Or people think, all right, he's well known as a hard man. If I take him down, I'm going to have a bigger name than him. During your journey through the prison system, where were you with all that stuff?
I was neutral, mate, to be honest. I didn't control no prison wings. If I landed in a prison, I'd have me following. And it'd become a bit of a security issue, so I'd be transferred because the following was a bit big. But I've never had people come to me and try and cut me face. I've never had people try and attack me in that way. I've been assaulted years ago, early days. I was in Strange Ways. I'm sitting down getting my hair cut. There's this kid in there called Marcus Orcock. He's padded up to these kids, and the lad in this cell is bullying Marcus's pad mate through the window. Marcus isn't happy. He's had an argument with him. They've had a little scrap. It's mellowed down. We've had to go in on them. We went in on two of them. Me and Marcus went in on two of them, warned them, still told them how it was. This is in Strange Ways. That afternoon, Marcus has gone on a visit. I'm sat down, getting my hair cut, and he attacked me with pool balls. Get me on the back of the head here. I'm sat down. They come up behind me, pool ball in the sock, round the back of my head. I take it, stand up. I'm a bit dizzy. Throw me mirror at them while I'm looking at my hair. Throw me mirror at them. Chase them down. They all just go into cells. And that's one incident. That's it. It's the only incident where I've been attacked in my whole jail.
Jesus, wow.
Yeah.
So you must be adept then at navigating the system.
Yeah, I was 13 years then put into a system, and I only left it when I was 36, mate. So I know everything.
So outside of that then, what's the most horrific things you've seen in prison happen to other people?
I've seen a Dutch pot full of oil poured over someone's head. So that's probably the most graphic, because the minute he went like that, his skin just fell off his face, and then he went onto the floor, like into some sort of shock thing. He survived, but he was lucky to survive, and when he did survive, he had a disfigurement.
Were there situations where people you liked or were associated with, or you'd made friendships with in prison, you had to intervene to prevent them? Have you got any stories that you could tell us?
I've protected a lot of kids. I've stopped a lot of lads from Liverpool. You fucking know it. I've stopped a lot of kids getting hurt in the system. I can't really give no examples because I've never attacked no one for someone, if that's what you mean. I've never, like...
No, I mean like the background of the story. Why were they getting sweated?
It's what's going on outside. They're coming inside and the beefs, you know. So you've got two groups outside, they're beefing with each other outside. Next minute, they shoot one of them, he goes in jail. He's in jail for 5 years. All of a sudden, one of his boys gets shot, and that kid is in jail. So this kid who's already established in jail for 2 years is now looking to harm this kid who's only been on the wing for 2 weeks, who's not established. This kid's got a network on the wing, all his little mates who he can give dough to. This kid hasn't. So the minute this kid lands on the wing, this kid's got dough, he's been getting swag over the wall, he's got a little bit of pull, go and cut in. A little bit of spice, go and cut in. So I've been in that situation where I went, whoa, anything happens to him, then you're getting dealt with. You don't go near him. That's happened a few times, but that's it.
Did you mostly have your own cell?
Yeah, I was single. I was high-risk cell share.
The whole time?
Well, at the age of just turned 21, I'm in Walton. Years ago, anyone could share with anyone. I'm in Walton now. I'm on K wing, which is remand wing. I get put in this cell on the trees, and they put this kid in with me, this Barry Williams from Toxteth, handbag snatcher, smoking heroin. So he's a smackhead. I'm fresh in the system. Blah blah blah. I'm fresh in this cell. Don't like smackheads. All of a sudden, I'm waking up at 3 in the morning. The cunt smoking smack while I'm asleep. I'm 21, I'm waking up and this cunt smoking smack while I'm asleep. So off the bed I go, boof, give him an iron on the bell, one man gone. And from that day on, I was high-risk cell share. They wouldn't put anyone else in the cell with me because of what I'd done to him whilst locked in the cell. And that came round because in London, they put a racist in with an Asian kid. when they knew the kid was racist. He shouldn't have gone in with this Asian kid. So he's battered to death this Asian kid with something off the table in the cell. So on the back of that, they brought a thing into the prison system which they made an assessment on every prisoner that enters whether you're a high-risk cell share. And if you're a high-risk cell share, you get a single cell. So right through, I had a single cell. I could turn around in strange ways and go, yeah, I want him in with me. And they'd put him in with me. So I'd get Wes Brown in, get Mark Richardson in with me for a bit, and then they'd disappear, and then I'd go single again.
Are you the kind of person who preferred your own cell?
Yeah.
And why is that?
My own space. There's too much. That's why I am today. If I would have had a double cell through that jail, I'd be fucked on drugs.
It's like living in a toilet with another dude, isn't it?
Yeah, but you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, the cellmate lottery.
I've been, whilst I was on remand, I was getting a cellmate every week, and I'd kick off about it. I'm just getting used to this one, and he's getting out, and you're giving me another one. I'm looking at fucking 30, Rech. That's what my show was. I'm looking at 30 years, and I'm getting a pad mate every 2 fucking weeks. How do you expect me to settle on my man and concentrate on my trial if I'm getting a new... They could be snitches or anything, so fuck that, single cell.
Did he try and put any cellmates in you with your dad bad charges?
No.
They knew better?
Yeah.
So your motto is, choose a life, not a knife. And you're trying to prevent kids from going to prison. But for someone who's going to get sent down, what prison survival advice would you give them?
Educate yourself while you're in there. Leave the drugs alone and the medication. Just knuckle down. Use it to your benefit. If you're going into the system, doesn't matter what the crime is. If you're a lifer, just do your rip. Stay strong and do what you can. But if you're going in for a short period, get in there, because they have got things that you can use to make it better for yourself upon release. They have got them. They mightn't use them right or push them out to you properly, but if you look, they can supply you with education. They can supply you with the necessary tools to work with yourself when you're on release.
So how prevalent are drugs and how easy is it to stay out of that lifestyle in prison?
You can't. If you're in prison, you're involved in the drug world. Because if you're not taking them, the neighbour next to you is. So you're dealing with his behaviour patterns. You understand? So either way, in prison, you're affected by the drug trade, even if you're not taking the drug trade. Just off the environment you're waking up in. Just when you're going down to get your dinner and a kid gets cut there because he owes him money for drugs, you're still involved in that space of poison. So you're getting affected either way.
So you're saying it's the minority then that are not...
It's the same in every society. It's the same in Liverpool right now. Liverpool's getting a very bad name. And 99% of Liverpool people are proper, decent, loving, caring individuals. You've got that 1% that's running around the city, creating havoc, damaging not just the reputation of Scousers, the heritage of our city. They're ruining it. How are they ruining it? Because they're giving 13-year-old kids cocaine. By the time that kid's 13 or 20, she's smoking crack and having children. Then her children are going to do the same. So that's why you're destroying the heritage. If you're a drug dealer, you need to understand. I know drug dealers now where their kids are fucked with mental illnesses because you've given them too much materialistic shit in their life. You're doing it wrong. What, because you never had a good pair of trainees? You want your kid to have a good pair of trainees. You never got the love and care. So why aren't you giving your kid the love and care instead of thinking a pair of trainees is love and care? Just ignore me, lad. I get very passionate when children are getting harmed in this way, lad.
You get as passionate as you want. Say whatever you want. You don't have to restrain yourself at all. When I was watching your James English, it was the most passionate parts that was really resonating, and I was just absolutely gripped. Like I told you last night, Wild Man, he said, oh man, I've just watched this. Fucking hell, you got to watch this. And he's got a very short attention span and for things, but you had him just absolutely gripped all the way through it. I think.
Well, I was just being myself, mate.
Yeah.
You know, he got me at a moment, James, where my head was fucked anyway. You know, it was the last shout for me. So for that week, I'd really been contemplating deep and going all out. So it was just like a last shout for me.
Yeah.
And the last shout, it was proper. I'm trying to express, look at me. Help me. Don't let me do this. I don't want to go down that path. Why is no one dragging me back from what's going? I'm not choosing this. I'm being pushed back down this path. I'm reaching out to yous over there to pull me away from it. and it's happened a bit. It's pulled me away from it a bit. So
I completely respect what you do, and I want to help you clarify your message, because I've read the comments under the James English. So my interpretation of this, and from last night, let me just clarify this for the viewers, is Darren has got this mission right now, and like I said earlier, he's got the police against him, he's got drug dealers against him, he's got the state against him, preventing him from going into schools and giving this message. They've thrown barriers in his way. All these entities have been this huge force putting this pressure on Darren when he's not gone back to drugs, he's not gone back to the gangster lifestyle, he's not gone back to crime. And recidivism is off the scale for people who've had such serious charges as Darren. They get out, they've got a criminal record, they're trying to get the government to pay the rent and to give them some money just so they can eat. And if you look at Darren's channel a year ago, he was doing videos saying he couldn't even eat. And he was risking his enemies laughing at him and mocking him, putting these videos up there saying, if you just send me a little something, I've got no money to eat right now. And his enemies pounced on him. So what he just said, my interpretation of that is, it's born out of frustration from his enemies, putting all these blocks on his mission, and him just trying to live a minimal existence. He's not trying to make money. You know, he's writing. He's not trying to make money off his book. He did the James English thing. He didn't try and make any money out of that. He's got a pure soul, and he's got all this energy and this strong character. And even though all those enemies have put this barrier, this shield over him, he's just burnt through it. That James English podcast took him to a whole new level. People all over the country are seeing it.
it broke me out, lad.
They're reaching out to him, and they're helping him rise above the barrier. And it's frustration that caused him to say what he said.
No, you've got to understand why. Look, I've come down this path, and I've gone through everything, and I've had these enemies pulling me back, and I've had them choking me and stabbing me in the back and wanting me. They want me back in that. They don't like me out that game. They want me back in there. I've done everything I can. I've reached out to everyone. Councils, departments, it doesn't matter who, individuals. I've reached out for everyone the way I feel, the way I think. I've sat in rooms with mental health workers and doctors and said how I feel and what I think. They're not helping me. It's like they want me down that route. It's like they want this to happen. That's the way I feel about it. But the frustration I'm receiving through these rats, these drug dealers, if you're so intent on pulling me back down that path, what's took me so long to climb, if you're so intent to drag me back into that game, you need to understand what you're bringing back into the game. You're not bringing some shithead that's going to shoot you in the leg. You need to understand what you bring back into that game, because it'll destroy the fucking city and everything you've been used to. That's what you need to be, that's what you need to gather. I've changed. I've got the strength to fuck this, what I think, off. But there's only so much. If you back anyone into a corner, it's going to come out barking, and it's the worst type of bark you're going to get. I'm in a corner. If you keep on fucking putting blockades up around me, I'll burst through them, and it'll be the worst thing you've ever experienced on your family home.
And you've actually had arrangements to speak in schools, and things happened and stopped that.
Look, I've had it. If you take me back 18 months ago, before the shooting happened on the 17th of March on my March step, another one, everything was flying. I had schools interested, universities interested. The messages were flowing out, the words and mouths. All of a sudden, I'm just getting attacked. I'm getting hated on. People are trying to shoot me. It's the drug dealers. As soon as the drug dealers realised I'm not back into that game, they all pounced. So drug dealers from years ago, who we tethered when we were younger, they pounced. It's like they've all, I've said it before, it's like they're all putting salt on the same plate and I'm eating it. I'm getting sick off it.
So I said that you were challenging these dealers because they're ruining the neighbourhoods. And it's like the illegal market in drugs gets bigger every year. They get more armed up, there's more violence. It's like a race with the cops.
I know, but the market's only getting bigger. because there's more drugs becoming available. So it's not just coke, weed, smack and that no more. It's coke, weed, smack, spice, fist, bam, bum, bum. So the market's going to get bigger because it's catering for a lot more people. And who's let that happen? The government.
So the government's drug laws have created it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But what I'm going to ask you is, you're targeting the dealers, you know, saying you guys are ruining these neighbourhoods.
Yeah.
Do you think you're on a losing battle though? Because someone will just replace them if they stop.
It doesn't matter if it's a losing battle. It's the right battle.
Yeah.
That's what's important to you. You're saying, do you not think you're going to lose? I'll probably die for what I'm shouting here, but I'm dying for the right reason. I'm dying for the right reason. If anyone can sit there and sit back and look at their community and tell me it's not ruined through drugs, I want to go and live there. There's not a place in this country that's not touched by the impact of drug taking. Nowhere. Doesn't matter how posh it is, there's a drug user there. And that's how saturated this country became through drugs. Now, the drugs aren't just... It's not like, oh, cocaine's just for the rich and famous party night. It's not that no more. You've got 13-year-old kids. My own niece, as an example, snorting coke on a Friday night in local parks. She's not the only one. There's hundreds of them up and down the land. It doesn't matter where you are. So when I'm getting criticised for screaming about this shit and I'm getting attacked and I don't give a fuck. I know I'm doing the right thing. I'm not the wrong person in this. You want to shoot at me for doing this? Shoot at me. I'm the good person in the situation. I'm doing the right thing here. I've got a message, mate. This choose a life, not a knife. It's a message, it's an umbrella. Under that umbrella, it's not just knife crime. It's drug taking, it's gang life, it's abuse, domestic violence, bullying, everything. It's all there. Why? Because I've experienced most of it. I can give you a true account of how to feel in them situations. I can also give you a method that can pull you away from them situations and make you strong again. Why? Because I've done it all myself without medication. The first thing they want to do to you is sedate you. You can't be real. You can't fix nothing while you're on medication. You cannot fix yourself while you're on mind-altering medication. I don't care who you are.
That's just being a client for another drug dealer, isn't it? Which is the government is the biggest drug dealer. Pharmaceutical companies. So it's better to stay pure-headed. All right, I respect what you do. You're doing the right thing, like you said. Completely understand that. The people who support you see what you're doing and they respect that as well. You said people go out and talk to kids, but they're not doing this stuff at the level you're doing, challenging the dealers. I can see in your eyes you'll go all the way. The dealers know that. So the people who love you and follow you, and I know you will go all the way, and if you go out, you leave a legacy, but the people who follow you are concerned about your personal safety, concerned about your mental health. Do you think there's a way of balancing it whereby you wouldn't be taking so much risk, or you just all in?
Life's a risk, mate. Doesn't matter what life you're walking or what path you're walking, your life's at risk every day. It's up to you how you risk it. I feel I'm risking my life for the right reason. I'm risking this life to protect them 10 lives. Whether they like it or not. You mightn't realise it now, but as you grow up and in 10 years' time and you understand what I was doing 10 years ago and you look back on me and you'll go, you know what? He was right. He was doing this, he was doing that. He's right, he's dead now, and he never got the respect he deserved. That's what's going to happen to me. I don't want nothing off no one. I'm simply just trying to educate kids and let them know that you have got choices. Even at 13 and you think you haven't got choices, you've got a choice to get out of that situation, run away from it, tell someone. You know, you've got choices to make. Now, you can either follow that drug dealer and try and live like him and become a lamb instead of the shepherd. But you're following the wrong person. You're following a rat that's going to shit on you and manipulate you, because that's what drug dealers are. They're poisonous, selfish and materialistic. Now, if you want to follow that type of individual, I'll guarantee you become materialistic. You'll get into the game, you'll get a nice bed, you'll end up on drugs, and then you'll go to jail. All in the space of 3 years. trust me, space of 3 years that can happen. Your life totally destroyed. Or you can go and look at Darren Till, Michael Owen, you know, Steven Gerrard. Look at them. What did they do? They went to school. They educated themselves. They got put. Now, most of you haven't got the parents they've got to guide them. But you can still break out of this shithole and become something great. You can. Everyone can. You've all got it in you. You just need to find it and motivate yourself. Plant a seed in your own head, not no one else's. Plant a seed in your own head and water it, and it'll grow. It just depends how you want to grow, in which way it blossoms.